Hello. It's me again. It's Mana. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do this, but Pandaemonium is out. It's the new raid. It just came out minutes ago, and I didn't really want to record too much after my Endwalker reaction because, to be honest, I haven't even finished editing my Endwalker reaction. But Pandaemonium is exciting because it's going to give us more lore on the Ancients, more lore on the Convocation, more lore on Elpis, and maybe more lore on La Habrea. So I want to see this, and I want to tape my reaction. So yeah. Honestly, this Pandaemonium reaction might be put on my YouTube channel before my Endwalker reaction because I won't have to edit as much. So, let's go. Now, if I was a new raid, where would my starting quest be? Perhaps it is this right outside my door? Right outside the inn I slept in? Maybe so. Hello. Yup. It appears my calculations were correct. I knew that at this very spot I would encounter none other than Mana, the hero who saw us through the final days. So certain was I of my math that I stood here for... Well, let's not concern ourselves with that. 2 weeks. I am Nemgigi, assistant to one Professor Claudian. We work with the Idoscope to observe the ethereal sea and delve into its myriad mysteries. Some mysteries, though, are beyond even our capabilities to unravel. The strange crystal we but recently discovered, for instance, defies our every conjecture. You've been to the center of the star and far beyond it, however, so we hope that you may see something in this crystal that we academics do not. I beg you, lend us your well-traveled eye. At Aporia, Professor Claudian will be eagerly awaiting your arrival. You got it. So I only have vague ideas what Pandaemonium is gonna be. Obviously it's gonna be about the Ancients and probably about the Convocation. Elpis, I believe, is gonna be the main character of Pandaemonium, and I'm gonna be surprised if La Habrea isn't there, but I'm not really sure what the bosses are gonna be like. I mean, I still think it's probably Convocation related, maybe transformed Convocation members, but hey, let's find out. Greetings, Mana, and welcome to my humble laboratory. I am sure Nemgigi has already told you plenty about us, but allow me to introduce myself personally. I am Claudian, leader of this little research collective. I must admit, I have been nervous about this meeting ever since Nemgigi set out to find you. For a researcher in my field, there is no greater an honor than to meet the first woman in history, to traverse the ethereal sea, and return to tell the tale. The professor speaks often and at length of your deeds, but he has no small number of achievements to his own name. He has peered deeper into the ethereal sea than any other in Charlian, and the breadth of his knowledge is peerless. Peerless, perhaps, but for a single woman, we must seize this precious opportunity to learn what we can from her, and perhaps crack this conundrum that has stumped the three of us for moons. It was we who peered into the fathomless sea from the Anti-Tower in the Dravanian hinterlands. There we spoke with Hydaelyn, and learned of the fate that would befall this star, the final days. Soon thereafter, all research was moved to Labyrinthos, and through the Idoscope did we continue our vigil. As impressive a work as the device is, however, it can glimpse but a fraction of the sea's infinite depths. Which brings us to the matter at hand. Not long after the Exodus was declared, we recovered an unusual crystal shard during a routine observation. It appeared before us suddenly, as if propelled to the surface by some unknown force. We found that it possessed an ethereal density that exceeds that of normal crystals by orders of magnitude, and its shape resembles nothing which occurs in the natural world. It was made, not formed. Unfortunately, that was the extent of the information we could glean before we were forced to turn our focus towards the Exodus. The crystal was very nearly forgotten amidst the sudden upheaval. But thanks to the efforts of a certain someone, that crisis is now behind us, and we are free to resume our research. Thus did we decide to seek you out, the dauntless adventurer who delved into the unknown and beheld its innermost secrets, and now we would have you see for yourself. Here is the crystal in question. If it resembles aught you have encountered before, even by the smallest degree, please say so. Yeah. That was... Okay. So, that was one of the crystals from Amarat. Memory abides within this crystal. You're able to identify which crystal belongs to which convocation member by the constellation on it, and I'm trying to remember which one was that color. I made like a little chart. I'm just gonna look it up real quick. Oh. That might be La Habrea's crystal. Oh my. Maybe. La Habrea's kinda looked like that color. As I thought, you do know what this is. Please, tell me everything. I see. The Ascians use these to transfer their memories to new vessels. Fascinating indeed. It was plain that this crystal was special somehow, but this revelation surpasses even my considerable expectations. Similar artifacts have appeared throughout the ages, memories of martial techniques manifested as crystalline shards on the battlefield, or storied stones passed from master to student. A comparison between said artifacts and this crystal may prove a fruitful first step in unveiling its true nature. What do you think, Professor? Ascian memories. Windows through which we can gaze upon the convocation of 14. Oh, wait, are you an Ascian? Unlike the crystal in Mana's story, this one does not bear the mark of the convocation. Oh, wait. Who then could these memories belong to? I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be a member of the convocation. It could be any one of the ancients. Huh. And more importantly, why were they stored in this particular shard? More importantly still, why was it set adrift on the ethereal sea? Oh my gosh. Who is this? Who is this crystal? Professor Claudian. This man is an Ascian. This guy is an Ascian. I'm just calling it now. He's an Ascian. He doesn't know he's an Ascian, though. He doesn't have his memories, but he's gonna get his memories in this raid. But this guy is totally an Ascian. Huh, yes? I'm well aware that contemplation is the key to breakthrough, but there is propriety to consider. We have a guest, one you invited explicitly. Must we do this every time? What? Yes, of course, our guest. Terribly sorry. I do so easily find myself unmoored by the tides of rumination. Perhaps a more, engaging use of your time with us would be for you to take up that crystal. If indeed there are memories stored within, they may reveal themselves to you upon contact. Ooh, give me that. If anyone, message, come, Pandaemonium, Crisis. Grave threat. Star. In danger. That expression does not bode well. What did you see? Pandaemonium? 'Tis not a word I have heard before. If my knowledge of the ancient tongue serves me, it means all demons. Not a name that inspires optimism, all things considered. In the event that another star-shattering cataclysm is in fact bearing down upon us, I would have the aforementioned examples of crystallized memory to hand. Nemiji, Rushanad, I entrust their procurement to you. If there are more memories to be extracted from this crystal, we will find them. As for you, Mana, there is a person I would have you seek, the one who has delivered so dire a warning. Your story tells us that this crystal could very well have been made by one of the ancients. If that is the case, then discerning the nature of this pandemonium would require a trip far into the past, to an era before the Sundering. Yeah, and I can just do that. I can just go there. I know of only one individual capable of such a feat, the very hero who traversed time to prevent the world's doom. Yep, that's me. I did that. I must confess, the tales people tell of your adventures beggar belief, and their veracity has been a subject of much debate among my peers. After today's meeting, however, there can be no doubt in my mind that every incredible exploit is fact. So I ask you now, return to the past, find out what and where Pandaemonium is, and if we need to be concerned by this message. Gotta go back to the past. Thank you. For the time being, you should keep the crystal in your possession. I do not think you have seen the last of its memories, and more may be drawn out as you approach their source. Safe travels, and may we meet again soon to share our findings. Gotta go back to the past. Not Scarlet. From this moment on, our objective shall be to fill every cranny of this place with crystals. Surely the gleaners won't mind braving a few haunted battlefields for the right price. Ooh, we're gonna get more crystals? For Professor Claudian, I would burn the candle on both ends. Or rather, I will. First, I must find the historical documents he requested, and then... what was I meant to do again? Where are you, Mr. Asian? Pray journey to the past and ascertain the severity of the threat. Keep the crystal for now until we can find a way to listen to its messages. It will do more good in your hands than ours. Okay. To the ocular I go. I'm a little surprised they just don't let me go straight to Elpis, but my immersion. I want to see Elpis. Full disclosure, I've already seen Elpis. Someone pulled up his files from the cutscene he was in and showed his face, and I looked at it, fully aware of what I was looking at, so I was on purpose. I looked at it on purpose. So I already know what Elpis looks like. But I'm still excited. Look at this parade of people returning to the ocular. You love to see it. I honestly love to see it. Like, any small reason to come back to the first, I welcome it with open arms. Are we gonna talk to Elpis again now? If receives this message. I almost wonder if this is Elpis' crystal, but it's not the right color. Elpis' crystal is like a silvery color. Come, Pandaemonium, quickly. It's also not really quite La Habrea's color, but of the convocation crystals we saw in 5.3, it was closer to La Habrea's than anyone else. Whoa! Oh my god. Did I just fall down into Elpis? I'm glad I can just do this. Welcome back. So, I know Elpis is going to be involved in this raid. Ugh. Oh, and speak of the devil. Oh, there he is. Could it be? No, of course not. Apologies, but for the briefest moment, I thought you to be a dear friend of mine. I realize now that such a notion is preposterous. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it, Elpis is cute! How tall is he? Is he short? Say he's short. Tell me he's short. Please, please, please. Yes, yes, yes! She told me a falling star would appear before me, and I suppose you must be it. Truth be told, I did not expect the expression to be so literal. I'm really excited to learn more about Elpis. Just really, really excited. Oh my gosh. I'm talking a mile a minute because I'm just excited. Hey everybody. Where is he? Where is little Elpis? Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. Am I shorter or taller than Elpis? Let's do some science real quick. Let's erase all these people and do some science. Okay. I think I'm taller. But we're also like on a hill, aren't we? Kinda? I think I'm a little bit taller. Yeah, but just a little bit taller. But nonetheless, Elpis is short for an ancient. Themis? Themis? Your name is Themis? Your name is Themis? Oh my gosh. They just kind of tossed that at me. Apologies for not introducing myself properly. My name is Themis. As you can see by my bare face, I am not one of Elpis' observers. Rather, I am come here on an assignment, which has been more or less routine up until this very moment. You certainly do know how to make an entrance. I must wonder what brought you here, for it is plain that you do not belong here, or any place I know for that matter. Okay, some observations. That's not a convocation mask he's wearing. So he's not Elpis yet, but he's wearing white robes, and he's on an assignment. Vana wore white robes because she was like in a mentor position. She was like Azam but retired. Wait, I'm confused. What does this mean? Like, if he's wearing white robes, does that mean he was Elpis and he's not anymore? But that doesn't make sense. Okay, now let's just keep reading. I am also here for an assignment. Are you here to investigate Pandaemonium, perchance? It would not surprise me, should we share a purpose. If so, we may be able to help one another. But first, might I trouble you to explain how you came to collide with my skull? I see. I believe that dispels any major doubts I had concerning your intentions. Apologies for being so intrusive, but you must understand this is an uncommon occurrence. Oh, did I tell him I'm from the future too? It's fine, it's normal. I killed you in the future, by the way. Don't worry about it. I shall pry no further, for I am well aware that we all have secrets we must keep. However, if I may, I would very much like to take a look at this crystal of yours. Is this your crystal before becoming a member of the convocation? Fascinating. While I cannot say much as to what it contains, it is clear that there are memories stirring within. Memories that speak of something gravely amiss in Pandaemonium. The facility extends beneath Elpis and is overseen by the words of La Brea. La Brea, what have you done? It houses those creations that are highly valued as research subjects and highly dangerous to the star. Naturally, it is strictly guarded and under constant surveillance. Oh. Several days ago, however, an unnatural shift in the flow of its surrounding ether was detected. Soon thereafter, all communications from Pandaemonium ceased. I am here as a representative of an organization that works directly with the convocation and have been tasked with investigating this incident. So you're not a Elpis yet, but I bet this is the incident that makes you turn into a Elpis, like makes you graduate into a Elpis. This is your Elpis origin story. Now that there is some measure of transparency between us, might I offer a suggestion as to what we should do next? Themis. Valuable artifacts. I want that. Oh, wait, it's just the gear. I thought it was gonna be, like, lore. Okay. Themis, you having fun there in the chest of that aura, man? Where familiars dare. Now then, my proposal is a simple one. Let us journey to Pandaemonium together. Our destination is the same, and I suspect the arrangement would work to our mutual benefit. Besides, I should have no trouble gaining us both access. I do hope you agree. I would loathe to part ways from the falling star I had been waiting for so long. Originally, I had planned to conduct my investigation with the friend I mentioned earlier. She had also noticed the anomaly near Pandaemonium, so it only seemed natural that we should investigate it together. However, she eventually decided that it would be unwise for us both to go. If two members of our organization were poking our heads about restricted facilities, it could raise questions, you see. I decided to go alone, but she left me with these words. Fear not, for in my absence a star shall fall before you. Are you talking about Vena? While I could not comprehend her meaning at the time, I believe now I understand. She does have a way of being right about these things. Even so, her hints of what to come are generally more cryptic. I suppose I should have kept my gaze to the heavens. Suffice it to say, I am grateful for your presence either way. As for the matter at hand, we must first gain permission from the words of Laha Brea for entry into Pandaemonium. There ought to be a speaker waiting at Anagnorisis. Oh boy, here we go. Laha freaking Brea. I've been waiting 8 years for this moment. I sent a request for permission before setting forth to Elpis. With luck, we shall not be waiting long. Oh my god. What a fascinating etheric signature. In accordance with the Convocation's request, the two of you have been granted leave to observe Pandaemonium. I shall register your ether for the records. From this point on, you may freely come and go from Pandaemonium as you please. Now, that was a painless process. I take this as a sign that we were meant to conduct our investigations together. Of course, while you have been permitted entry into the facility, the specimens housed inside must be handled with utmost care. You are to heed the warder's instructions at all times. And the warder is Laha Brea, right? Those who conduct their work within Pandaemonium are called warders for their role with respect to the creatures within. Generally, creations that pose a threat to the safety of the star must be undone. However, the words of Laha Brea has deemed certain that such creations are worthy for further study, interring them within the facility. Those who spend their days in Pandaemonium are not merely researchers. They must work tirelessly to ensure that none of their subjects slip their shackles. For all intents and purposes, the place is a dungeon. Perhaps such a comparison arouses frightful imagery, but Pandaemonium is a frightful place. I know not the purpose of your investigation, but if you discover aught that merits a report, pray do so with utmost haste. Master Laha Brea shall guide us upon the proper course of action from there. Laha Brea. My face when Laha Brea. Then I take it that means you have detected nothing amiss as of late? The warders have reported nothing that would cause alarm. Minor fluctuations in ether have been observed, but surely Master Laha Brea would have acted if they were anything worth worrying about. What if Laha Brea was always evil, even in the past? I see. It appears Laha Brea is kept well abreast of the goings-on here, then. I hope I am not overstepping my boundaries by asking. You seem quite familiar with Master Laha Brea. Do you know him? Oh, the stories I could tell you. You are no mere familiar, are you? Master Laha Brea is not known for being generous with his time. That one would have stories of his company almost beggars belief. Regardless, while I doubt I need to tell you this, he is of the Convocation. Take care that your actions do not hinder his work. And with that, we are free to make our way to Pandaemonium. The nearest that will take us there is on the eastern bank of Leith. Let us delay no further. This is gonna be where they retroactively make me care about Laha Brea. I did play New Game Plus to re-experience Laha Brea, and he's such an evil clown of a man. But now we know he's got a sympathetic backstory like all the Astians do, so I'm very interested to see what Laha Brea was like before the Sundering, before he lost it. And Laha Brea is one of the Unsundered, so the Laha Brea we met, that's him. That's him. This is the same guy. Not a reborn guy, it's the same guy. I had to contain my surprise for the sake of appearances, but is it true that you too have met Laha Brea in the flesh? I find you more fascinating by the moment. Still, I shall refrain from asking too many questions. Secrets will make our journey all the more intriguing. We shall come to know each other in time, I wager. Or else, why would fate have orchestrated our meeting? In any case, let us be off. Truth be told, this will be my first time beholding the fabled Pandaemonium with my own eyes. Here's to a new adventure, eh? Let's go. Just going to hell with my best friend, Themis. It is much as I feared. The speaker seemed in such high spirits that for a moment I thought the ethereal irregularity was not nearly so grave a portent as I had imagined. Alas, 'twas a fleeing and vain hope. To gaze upon this complex network of chains and wards, the untrained eye might not sense anything awry. No effort has been spared in making this place impenetrable. La Brea, what's wrong with you? Even the finest of masterworks is not without its flaws, however. Someone or something is tampering with the protections. It is working from within, eroding them from the inside out. Fear not, there is no immediate danger. I reinforced what protections I could the moment we arrived. This will not put an end to whatever is occurring, but it shall at least serve to slow its progress. One small victory, though the road ahead of us is yet long. Yes, powerful forces are at work here. The silence in the air speaks volumes. While I did not expect a bustling facility, I see not a single warder. Our first course of action should be to seek one out, wherever they may be. However, there is something you must know. The magic I wove upon entering requires my constant awareness. That is to say, if we are forced to fight, I cannot risk joining you in battle. Should I lose focus, Pandaemonium's protections will rapidly crumble before the force assailing them. Were there any other way, I would gladly choose it, but let us at least be grateful that neither of us is here alone, trapped in hopeless circumstances. If we should fail to find a peaceable solution, then I hope that I can rely on your strength to see us through. You got it. Of course. That was a good sassy response, but I want to be his friend. Thank you for offering your help so willingly. If weapons are drawn, I hope to be able to lend at least a touch of magical support. Thank you. Creation magics do have their uses in that regard. I had it in mind to use your ether as a basis for illusory allies that will fight at your side. Is that how we're explaining it? Thank you, Elpis. Perhaps 7 shall do. Not exactly an army, but by the looks of you, a formidable band nonetheless. Thanks. We're all avatars that Elpis created. Then so shall it be. Now, what, I wonder, awaits us in Pandaemonium's pitless halls? I don't know. I have no idea what's in here. I want to know so bad. I know La Brea's in here, but that's it. The first circle. Asphodelos. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, first things first. Turn this music up. Just a little bit. I cannot say for sure what awaits us. Let us make ready for the worst, and we shall not be taken by surprise. Alright. Let's go. I have no idea what's gonna be in here. I am actually really excited. Am I taller? Yes, I am. I'm a little bit taller. I need to see it. I need to see me hatless. Yeah, I'm taller, Take that, Themis. Oh, so, as I said before, I'm probably posting this video before my Endwalker video. So, you don't have like any context for what I'm about to talk about, but I've been hard at work since I finished the MSQ. Let me tell you, I have this nice and shiny weapon that I got from Heidelin herself. I'm ready for anything. And I have a new glam. It's pretty good. Pretty cute. Let's go. I have no idea what I'm about to see. Let's go. I'll save them. I must. Wait, a warder? This appears to be one of the warders we seek, but I'm afraid he is in no state to answer questions. Perhaps you can do something. Oh boy. Order of the Condemned, Erichthonios. That's a La Habrea mask on his head. You don't think I don't see that La Habrea mask? Alright, let's see what you got. Okay. Wait, no, didn't do that right. Oh, wait, I see, maybe. Okay, I get it. Now I'm fire, I need blue. I get it. Oh. Got it. I had a feeling. Oh. Fire. In this side. The lives of your colleagues are at stake. What does that mean? go. Now I need fire. Okay, red mage time. Oh, keep me alive. Oh boy, everyone's dead. Even the healer I just raised. Okay. I have no MP. Let's go. I think we've seen all his tricks. This is probably going to be really fun and savage. Get out, move. Nice. Okay, I see how that one works if I ever get it. Very brave of you to limit break. Okay. So are the warders gonna be the bosses? That's interesting. Okay, I'm hiding the chat while I'm looking, while I'm recording, because I don't want to catch people's names in the recording, but I did check to see if I got any commends, and of course I fucking didn't. I literally carried that, no commends. Did no one notice the part where both the healers died and I brought them back? Did no one notice that? Themis, are you seeing this shit? That was a thrilling display, and if I may be so vaunting, the warriors I spun from your ether fought even more splendidly than I had anticipated. Yeah, well, next time, Themis, can you imagine up warriors that give me commends? I suppose they were cut from excellent cloth after all. We should wait until this man regains his senses. He wears the robes of a warder, and I would be very curious to know what drove him to attack us sight unseen. Mana, he stirs. What came over me? It's coming back to me. My mind was filled with a storm of desperation, anger. I leapt at you, though I know not of your intentions. Pray, accept my apologies, and my thanks. Had you not knocked some sense back into me, I may have fallen upon someone less capable of defending themselves. Wait... I am Erichthonios, a warder of Asphodelos, Pandaemonium's highest layer, and the place we're in now. One must wonder why you were so desperate to keep us out. What is happening in Pandaemonium? The creations interred within Asphodelos have been set free, and stalk its halls to no end but violence. That is not good, to say the least. Has this ever happened before? No, never. Each level of Pandaemonium is under the charge of a keyword, who keeps strict control over them. A keyword, who keeps strict control over the most minute aspects of their domain. They're selected with great care, and their loyalty to Master La Habrea is absolute. Yet something has gone terribly wrong. Try as we might to hold the line, the chaos within is overwhelming. I hardly realized that I had become separated from my colleagues. I remembered a chorus of whispers assailing my senses, and afterwards only flashes of rage and fury, then blackness, from which I awoke to find that whatever had overcome me was gone. I see. Your senses may have been muddled by magics that affect the mind, perhaps the selfsame ones that saw you separated from the other warders. Whatever had taken hold of me, thank you for releasing me from its clutches. That you've come here from the surface must mean some word of our plight has reached the outside world. If you know anything that may help, pray tell. Horror among horrors. So Pandaemonium's protections are indeed being dismantled from within. By the same individual, or individuals, that released its captives and set them upon you, no doubt. Such knowledge avails us little, however, if we cannot ascertain their identity. Themis, was it? You said you worked for an organization under the auspices of the Convocation. Were they to receive word of what has transpired here? What measures would they take? Doubtless, they would consider this place to be a lost cause. Pandaemonium's ties to the outside world would be severed, or perhaps it would be wiped from existence entirely. As I thought, were the creatures to escape into the outside world, there would be untold carnage. The words of La Habrea would never risk that, despite what value the research subjects may hold. All the more reason to work with haste. If we can't expect further help, then it falls upon me to save the others. I'll not leave them behind. You would go alone. I won't leave the other warders to face certain doom. I know they fight for survival even now. They wouldn't abandon their duty. They would see the creatures return to their cells at all costs. And so I must do the same. Themis, I know the request I'm about to make of you is a monumental one, but please, say not a word of this to the Convocation until I've been given a chance to set things right. Forgive my rudeness, Erichthonios, but my decision cannot be swayed by emotion. You would only be consigning yourself to an early death. Strength of resolve alone cannot win in the face of overwhelming odds. That being said, our investigation has only just begun, and we would be remiss to turn back ere we've made an exhaustive survey. So, for the time being, there is slightly more than resolve to rely upon. I knew you would be all too eager to join us. Each moment since you fell from the skies has been more interesting than the last. More and more you remind me of my dear friend, which goes some way toward encouraging me that this matter will yet reach a satisfactory conclusion. So you agree to help? For the moment, our goals align. The protective magics of Pandaemonium yet hold, so for the moment time is in our favor. Let us proceed upon the course you and Mana have set us upon. Let's go! Themis and Mana, yes? Thank you. The warders owe you a great debt already. We shall be glad to have someone familiar with Pandaemonium's halls by our side. A party of 3 is ever so much more entertaining than a pair of 2. Now, let us turn our attention to rescuing your colleagues. Perhaps it would be wise to approach the gates, in case any have followed you out. I wonder... This guy has a unique face, right? Like, he doesn't only have, like, unique eyes, but he also has, like, you know, eyelashes. Not a unique hairstyle, though, but that's definitely a unique face, I think. I wonder if this guy's someone really important? Because his eyes stood out to me right away, and I wanted to get a better look at them, and I see he also has, you know, eyelashes. They don't give a nobody eyelashes. So this is a unique face, a unique man. Maybe it was his crystal we found. It seems our investigation will be quite the ordeal after all. Still, I find it hard to believe that La Habrea knows not of what has transpired here. Whoever the mastermind of this crisis is, they do not lack for power and cunning. So I was gonna say this before, is this... could this be a new La Habrea's evil origin story? Because what we know right now is that the reason La Habrea is like that, you know, just a cartoon villain, is because he did too much body hopping and it like eroded at his mind. So it made him just more and more messed up the more body hopping he did. He was like addicted to body hopping. And that's what Emmett, Selk, and Elidibus told us was the reason why La Habrea is like that. But what if La Habrea was always like that? What if this is his real villain origin story? Oh my god. Talk to me. Not a sound can be heard from within, which means neither creature nor warder has made it this far. We should begin forming a plan to save them at once. Forgive me if I misunderstand, but do you mean to rescue the warders and creations both? Naturally. Although they may be dangerous, they're valuable research subjects. I wouldn't see our labor, our untold hours of study, go to waste. I dare say La Habrea would smile to hear you say such a thing. That is, if we had cause to report this incident to him. Smile? I'm not sure his face is capable of such warmth. Ah, so you have met him before? I was under the impression he rarely visited Pandaemonium. I have, yes. My mentor was the previous head of this facility, that is to say La Habrea's predecessor in the position of Chief Keyward. Her name was Athena, and she was a researcher with the words. 'Twas she who appointed me to this position, in fact. I see. I did not know that there was a Chief Keyword before La Habrea. Your motivation to save your research subjects is not entirely driven by duty to the words, then. You also wish to preserve the work of your mentor. You've the right of it. I'm lacking in ideas of how to go about that. However, I'm a mere warder and cannot wield intermittent magics. Ah, but of course I can hardly expect you to be versed in the magics we use here. If you recall, during our battle earlier, I bound you in ethereal shackles. Interment is a more refined and powerful magic based upon the same principles. While both are used to keep our subjects docile, only the keyword of each tier is permitted to use Interment. Even if I were allowed, I lack the aptitude to use the spell to any notable effect. Fascinating. I have some knowledge of these forms of spellcraft, actually. La Habrea himself established their foundation, if I recall. While shackles are meant to bind an object in place for a short time, Interment freezes the very space around it for as long as the caster wills. Indeed. While the illusory beings you summoned in our fight suggested as much, I see your knowledge of magic is vast. Perhaps you've already mastered the art of Interment, as I've been lecturing you like a child all this time. I'm afraid my knowledge ends there. I have not the precise understanding of how the invocations interact with natural laws that would be needed to cast said spells with any consistency. Wait, new thought. I don't know if this is the same La Habrea. Because... Okay, sorry, gears are turning in my head. We don't know if the La Habrea we're talking about is our La Habrea, now that I think about it. This could be someone else entirely, and this incident could... I'm thinking this incident is what gets Themis the role of Elpis, right? But if the La Habrea that's running this place is someone else, like he's on the convocation, but he's not the La Habrea we know, and he's like up to no good, and we come here and stop him, then we need a new La Habrea, right? And then like this guy we're talking to right now, maybe he's the La Habrea we know, but he's not La Habrea yet, you know? You know? Because he used fire and ice magic, and I know La Habrea loves fire magic. Ice was Egerim's thing, but still. You know, those gears are turning. How do we know this La Habrea we're talking about's the same La Habrea? Alright. While I consider myself well-versed in various magics, I would be ill-advised to assume the duties of Key Ward without instruction. That being said, if I were to learn more of Interment and its inner workings, perhaps. Well, the solution is obvious when you put it like that. Erichthonios, you implied that what prevented you from performing Interment was lack of magical capacity. What if I supplemented your power with my own? Would the spell succeed then? I can't say for certain. I've never heard of such a thing being done. I believe it may be our best recourse. That is, of course, assuming you can perform the initial rites and incantations flawlessly. Even the smallest misstep, and we would have to start over. You needn't worry about that. I've seen the spells cast so many times that their motions have been burned into my memory. I won't disappoint. Very well. Let us work out the specifics afterwards. Once we do, we can test out our methods on one of the escaped creatures, though I suppose there is the matter of finding one. It would be foolish to rush in blindly, lest we find ourselves surrounded with naught but an untested stratagem at our disposal. Nay, I would prefer to engage a single creature that Mana could dispatch on her own if the spell were to go awry. I agree, and I may have an idea in that regard. I recall seeing the Hippokampos wandering the waterways during my flight. Perhaps it's still there. Few of the subjects housed within Asphodelos are fond of water, and I believe we'll be able to engage the beast without fear of unwanted guests. Then that shall be our first target, or perhaps subject is a better term. Before we commence with the Interment magics, the creature should be weakened to a sufficient degree. I believe I can trust you with that task. Hell yeah, leave it to me! Water fight. As dependable as ever. Once you have given it a thorough trouncing, we shall bind this Hippokampos with the keyword's magic. Until then, my illusions shall fight by your side. Thanks, Themis. The Hippokampos will be alone, but it's a daunting opponent nonetheless. Its magic warps the environment around it, and it will be at home amidst the waterways. Steel yourself for a fight. Yes. You got it, La Habrea Jr. Hello. Laha Brea 2. Athena ever drove home the fact that our subjects should be treated with utmost care. 'Twould be best if we could see them confined once again, rather than disposed of like beasts gone feral. I take we are each ready to fulfill our respective roles. Truth be told, this will be the first time I have practiced magic that requires such a degree of cooperation between parties. How thrilling! So, I'm still not completely sure what to expect from this raid, but I'm kind of getting the impression that it's gonna be like original content. And this game's usually full of references. I'll say more about that after this after this word from our sponsors. What could this creature be? Ooh. What are you? You look like a smaller dog. Tiam, the guy from Ridorana Lighthouse. Okay, I see grates. Oh, he's looking at me. Spoken contract. Ooh. I got hit by that. Cool. But I see what's going on here. Okay. Ew. Get away from me. Yes, get close to me. Oh no, the tank! Where is that head? Okay. Watch that head. Oh, I'm too close. That AoE is huge. Stay far away from it. Very far. What an interesting creature. Cool. That was kind of fun. What a funny little guy. Okay, so I wanted to say this. Actually, no, I'll save this for the next time I'm in queue. Okay. That was a trial by fire, or water, I suppose, but I had faith we would see it through. So long as we had your stout arm, of course. I knew you had... I knew you that you... I knew you that you... I knew that you were no mere mercenary. But to make such clean work of the Hippokampos, seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandaemonium, let alone display their skills. Mastery takes all forms indeed. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection, in no small part thanks to you two. Themis's power was more than enough to complete the interment. Spellcasting was never my strong suit, but that almost made me feel like a proper magos. Truly, having seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with Mana, I beg to disagree. Shackles is the one exception, and 'tis only because I've been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics leave me feeling completely out of my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side to guide me to you. We may prove the impossible possible after all. After witnessing the Hippokampos' capabilities, I should not blame you for wishing to avoid engaging in any further creations in the place of their choosing. Alas, I doubt we will have the luxury. What's this? While our success in sealing away the Hippokampos is certainly heartening, the fact that we have yet to see any other warders concerns me. The keyword of Asphodelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtly he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let us hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the key wards, besides their magical prowess. Is there aught more you can share? Ah! Of course. A man named Hesperos is in charge of Asphodelos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the warders under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourished here, in spite of my ineptitude at magic, and I have always known him to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, key wards are not only masters of interment, they can also bend the hallways of Pandaemonium to their will with creation magics. With all this in mind, I am certain that so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe. I can see why absolute control over the environs is imperative. Had we faced the Hippokampos upon arid sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. In any case, if this Hesperos is capable and caring as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He has, like as not, taken your colleague to a secure location. The safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelos. From there, they could flee to Abyssos, if hard-pressed. Even should they have sought safe haven within the other circles, if we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way. Indeed, and we shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Asphodelos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is that I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the center corridor, which was barred by the Phoinix. Last I checked. Phoinix. A Phoinix, you say? I've heard that name before. A fiery bird with life eternal. Really? Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers, if I recall. Truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the back of failure, however, and La Habrea has suffered countless missteps during his experiments. And he was hardly the only one. This Phoinix will be but one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Aye, far from evoking wonder, our Phoinix is a creature of fury and wrath, and seeks only to turn the world to ash. Thus was it confined within Pandaemonium. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but as the moons turned, more and more researchers abandoned the project as an impossibility, save for La Brea and his words. When I received word that at long last La Brea had succeeded where so many others had failed, I was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandaemonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. The research of the words of La Brea has little consequence to our work here, save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. But enough reminiscing, we must make ready to confront the Phoenix. The Phoinix. Well, it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandaemonium. We would make that assumption at our own peril. Better to assume that we'll need to bring Asphodelos' most unruly subject to heel. I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoinix's power over flame will avail it far less in a barren corridor than elsewhere, so it may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later. Hell yeah, let's go. I'm gonna fight a Phoinix. Oh. Wait, Dracula? Huh? What is a man? What? It seems whoever is behind this can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle. Come on, you know who that was. Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means... Let us confront that reality after we have conquered the enemy in front of us. Every drop of our forces shall be required if we are to endure the Phoinix. We shall gain naught from allowing the larger implications of this to distract you from the fight ahead. The Phoenix's rage will be unbridling, but I trust you are prepared for the worst. Fight well, friend. So, this is I like this. I like this a lot, actually. I was thinking about how all of the 8-man raids have had connections to previous Final Fantasy games. The Coils of Bahamut have Bahamut, you know? The Alexander raids have Alexander, literally key entities within the Final Fantasy universe. And then Omega, of course, has Omega, but the Omega raids are also like Final Fantasy Funhouse Forever raid. Like, there's so much references in that. And then Eden is from Final Fantasy VIII. So, like, all of the raids we've done so far have had ties in other Final Fantasy games. But I feel like this is something completely unique. And I really, really like that. I'm really interested to see what might happen. Like, no references, just pure Final Fantasy XIV standing on its own legs, and I love that. So far, anyway. Who knows what can happen? I mean, Dracula's here. This is the Castlevania raid. This definitely... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say it looks like you could fall off this platform, but that's a death wall right there. The Phoinix. Ooh. Oh. 3 heads. That's promising. Oh. Rude. No, wait, stay center. What am I doing? Stay center. That one's a ring. Oh. Yeah, just stay in the center. And now move out in the center. Okay, that's tight. I feel like I don't want to be near that. Oh, they're ads. Okay. Did we use that to destroy the ads? Ooh. Okay. Red mage time. Bird. Ooh. Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, there's more. Oh my god. Wait, is this thing on me? Fuck. Stay away from me. Oh my god, stay away from me. Please get this thing off me. Ooh. Huh? So we killed them too close together then. Got it. One of the tanks lived. Okay, I might turn on the chat for this one, which means I need to turn on my little hide the chat graphic. I remember. Okay, I can't really attack these. Got it. I understand. What are these things? I don't like them. Hmm. Oh, no, the fire stays. Good, good, I love that. I thought it wouldn't stay. I hope I don't die. Oh, get out of the center. It's coming this way. Oh god, run. Good. 3 stacks. I'm great. I'm really cool. Next raid wight's gonna kill me. Bird. Oh, here it is, my death. Sweet death. Don't get hit by anything for 30 seconds. I believe in you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes. Okay. Oh, fuck. Shit. Oh, this shit again. Okay. Oh. Okay. I have an idea how this is gonna look in Savage. I have a pretty good idea. Lots of fun clock position hijinks. Everyone get partnered with a healer and a tank. Goodbye, Phoinix. Let's go fight Dracula. With that, the Phoinix is shackled once more. However, there is yet the matter of this arena. As you've told us, there is but one person in Asphodelos with the ability and authority to wield such magics. The Key Ward. Though fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. A contemptible display, as befits an inferior specimen. Even so, I expected it would at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of my interment drag the Phoinix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators care to admit, or you are no mean trespassers. I had hoped our suspicions were misplaced, but alas. Keyword Hesperos, why? Why have you brought such chaos to your beloved Pandaemonium? Pandaemonium, pitless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, unlike those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand. What is a band? A miserable little pile of secrets? Oh my god, he even has fangs, are you kidding me? This is just a Dracula. Look at this Dracula. Oh, Erichthonios, you must... Oh, Erichthonios, you must pester me with these unknown questions? Think of yourself. Surely you can master a theory or two of what a dim wit of yours. Then again, you have never been one for insight. Why, Master La Habrea suffers your mediocrity I shall never understand. Bleh. You may look like him, but you're not the Hesperos I knew. Something has warped you too, from the inside out. The keyword I knew had compassion for all those under his charge, but be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all a farce? Did you hide your contempt for us all these years? Those who had content with mere glimpses of water surface are doomed to be dragged to its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat. Such wasted potential to be son to Master La Habrea. Wait, what? To be son to Master La Habrea, yet no more skilled with magic than a newborn babe. But of course, it's always about La Habrea. Excuse me? La Habrea Jr.? Silence, you are not worthy to utter his name. For once, be grateful to witness a feat beyond your meager abilities, beyond your shallow reckoning. I have slipped the surly bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creations, and rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of godhood. As a Himitheos shall I serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful unto the end of days. Wait. 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 Wait a minute. And he shall require no other. I think not. Oh shit. Themis. Wow. Themis. Holy shit. Are you so blinded by arrogance that you have lost sight of what it means to serve? Erichthonios is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instruction that I was able to master the art of interment, both how to wield it and how to break free of it. Oh my god. Mana, let us quit this place. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperos' mind, it is plain his power far eclipses our own. We must have time to gather our strength. You don't belong in this world, monster. Weaklings though they may be, it takes a singular aptitude to master interment so quickly, to say nothing of how swiftly that familiar laid low the Phoinix. Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing, where they fritter away their strength in calming the beasts of Asphodelos. I continue my work. Even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain, naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Erichthonios. Even dullards have their uses. Bleh, bleh, I'm Dracula. Oh my god, I can't... Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy, the series, finally did it. They finally put a Dracula in the game. What did he mean by son of La Habrea? Hey, what did he mean? What did he mean by this? Please, leave me be. My darker suspicions have been realized. We face the keyword of Asphodelos himself. More than that revelation, however, Erichthonios worries me. He loved Hesperos for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever the keyword has become. He has said little since I returned. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be a death knell for his resolve. Wait, okay, my gears are turning in my head. He's La Habrea Jr., And he's also that Claudian guy we met at the beginning. I'm calling it. He's the Bowser Jr. to La Brea's Bowser. Who wards the warders. Much as I am loath to disturb Erichthonios so soon after what had just occurred, I am afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps it will do him well to speak about recent events concerning both the key ward and his father. Yeah, let's talk about that. He seemed reticent to say aught concerning La Habrea when the subject was broached. Doubtless his relationship with his father is a fraught one. His dad? Oh. Tell me more. La Habrea is my dad. The creation of the ward which surrounds Pandaemonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than La Habrea. That both my father and I can bind others in chains is perhaps the only thing that we have in common. Oh no! So it is true. I am La Habrea's son, bereft of his talent for magics or his brilliant mind, but his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. Nay, I had an inkling when you said you had practiced ethereal shackles since childhood. Assuming you haven't been employed here quite that long, it had to indicate some long-held connection with La Habrea. 'Twas La Habrea that taught me how to cast the ethereal shackles, but that was it. My further education was overseen by the words of La Habrea, more specifically my mother, who was a researcher there. You did speak of Athena, chief keyword before La Habrea. She is your mother, yes? How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You've the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. La Habrea had nothing to do with it. Family drama. I see there is little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why La Habrea was appointed chief keyword when another was already in place. Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. No! Oh no! And La Habrea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities, with nary a moment spared to mourn her. What love do I owe him now, when he offered not one drop of compassion then? Oh my god, this family soap opera! Okay, listen. I still think that the La Habrea we're talking about is not the same La Habrea. I still think this is our La Habrea. I think this is our La Habrea. I think the last boss of Pandaemonium, like P12 or whatever, is gonna be his dad, and we're gonna stop him. And when he is stopped, his crimes will come to light. He will have to step down from the convocation. And they will say to Erichthonios, they will say, "You are so brave for stopping your dad, Erichthonios. We are going to make you the new La Habrea." And that's his origin story. That's the origin story. No, I'm telling you, they're baiting us. They're telling us that La Habrea is this mean and awful man. And you're like, oh yeah, it's just like the La Habrea we knew back in the day. But no, that's not the same La Habrea. I'm telling you, it's a bait and switch. This is La Habrea. I see, she is no longer with us. An expression to convey the end of a life. I have known only the public face of La Habrea. While he is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances, I must admit that oft he comes across as cold. Apologies, but can we speak of something else? This topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Of course, There are more pressing matters at hand after all, namely, how to deal with Hesperos. How to deal with Dracula. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we can surmise that Hesperos has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp. And now that he is aware of our presence, he will be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing. Quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment Hesperos can contrive to another advantage for himself. The wisest course would be to find him first and foremost. Hell yeah, let's fight Dracula. He said that he has become one with the creations. Perhaps that means he is vulnerable to interment? In theory, that should be possible. However, it is enough merely to confine him? Oh, is it enough? Is it enough to merely confine him? After all he has done? I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it all truly so that he could serve his master? To my mind, he's merely put La Habrea's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. La Habrea is the chief keyword of Pandaemonium. How would throwing it into disarray win his favor? It doesn't make any sense. I share your curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or would it be too dangerous to allow him quarter? No, I want answers. I have so many questions. Yes. Daring as ever, I see. I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but to see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well. Let us try Erichthonios' plan. Thank you, Mana. I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When Hesperos spoke with us, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of Vercolucus, also known as Dracula, a beast which feeds off the ether of its prey. Likely that is the creation Hesperos merged his essence with. And we know all too well that he can change the environment around himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. I recognize those fangs. That's the fangs of a Dracula. I'm gonna go fight Dracula right now. He called himself a Hippokampos and claimed immortality. I know not how he discovered this dark art, but his actions do not bespeak a sound mind. That Hesperos possessed such a lust for power that he would resort to this. Clearly I misjudged him. I'd like nothing more than to strike him down myself, but seeing you wipe that arrogant grin off his face will taste just as sweet. Yo! What? Pandaemonium is so much! There's so much happening, isn't that right, La Brea? You can't fool me. Hell yeah, let's go! Oh shit, the glasses are off. Let's go! going over there. Oh, maybe I should go over there. Got it. Okay, thank you. Oh. I see. Let me turn on my chat hider. Oh. Wait, no. Oh my god. Okay, I see. Oh, damn it. Okay, so north is knockback, west is cone. Confident. Son of a bitch. West, run. Run. West is... Wait, front... Oh, it's what his cape is doing. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, got it. The sword is glowing, so on the sides. I get it. I get it. Oh, cape is got it. Okay, I get it, I get it. Cape? No, it's sword. Whew, easy. A Nosferatu? Is that the minion? Anyway, I have to commend that healer for carrying me. Loot. Oh, it's a little bat. That's a little bat. Oh, I got it. Now, Themis, we end this here. Fools, I will not be put in chains. To think that I would fall before one such as you. Perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek. The secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception, they shall return to the star with me. Ooh, what does he mean by this? You are wasting your breath, Hesperos. We have the upper hand now. Surely you can see that. Yes, yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet, however. Although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. Dracula, no! I remain loyal to my very last. Come what may, I die with dignity. How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperos? You were better than that. Your star shone more brightly than any other in Pandaemonium. You had Lahabrea's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sully your legacy besides. He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plan lay in tatters. I fail to see any dignity in that. Oh. Oh, don't say that, Themis. Don't say that. Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose this path. Hesperos' infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was so jealous that fate had chosen you, and not him, to be Lahabrea's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought forbidden power, power that Lahabrea would be unable to ignore. How does a pursuit for respect warps one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everyone else? I've never heard of such a thing. It's not as uncommon as you might think. I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing, but perhaps that signifies naught but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true, how it is so to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other warders and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe I can be of help in that matter. The influence of Hesperos' magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? What? What is this presence? Erichthonios, what lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage which connects Asphodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. La Brea, what have you done? A warding sigil. How? Let us return to the gates for now. I shall like to apprise the situation from there. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Mignon. Nothing if not gentlemanly and perhaps bloodthirsty. I obviously need this minion. Just when I had thought our work to be done, did this tragedy unfold all throughout Pandemonium. Although we had defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandemonium's troubles. My head's still swimming with questions, but could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this? It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague, and that your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful magical influence. It is possible that this same magic could have poisoned Hesperos' heart, twisting his affection for La Brea into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him. Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiments, for more potential hemithoi. Oh man. If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos. Do not lose heart yet, Erichthonios. Hesperos challenged us alone, and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Hemithos, then the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, as much as I would like to hasten deeper into the Pandemonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. And we're gonna have to wait 6 months to find it. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain my control of these circles, and thus we wield intermittent magics within their halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Wow, Themis. Damn, Themis. Just like that, then nothing's stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos. Just so. I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement, however. You are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder, after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help, but... Do you mean to send a report to La Habrea? 'Tis too soon to say. Let us first find a way into Abyssos. It would be best to withhold our judgments until we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders and the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandaemonium, then I'm not above asking La Habrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries certainly put Hesperos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Erichthonios and I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelos. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. Themis' burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he has shown that he is more than capable to bear it. Still, I would help wheresoever I'm able. All we've achieved so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. Nonsense, you owe us nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magics which govern this place that we were able to come this far. Elsewise, we would have likely succumbed to the Hippokampos' assault. Each of us has arrived at the dire pass by separate paths, but it is only by combining our respective expertise that we shall reach the end of it and see Pandaemonium saved. Thank you, Themis. Hesperos' words seem to have affected me more than I realize. Together we've come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Mana her rest. Besides, you have someone awaiting a report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. My friend would be very curious to hear what has occurred here. However, I fear that if I left Pandaemonium, the wards protecting it would quickly deteriorate. I hope she does not mind assuming some of my duties in the meantime. Ah, so you don't serve the convocation. I suppose I needn't worry about you going behind our backs to curry favor with La Habrea. Oh, I hate you, Dad. Wait, how do I leave this place? Oh my gosh, it's all the way over here? This was cool, I liked this, I enjoyed this a lot. It's like its own little thing with a Dracula, and it's very spooky. I love it. Well, I guess I could have just warped to Aporia. Goodbye. Oh, let me get this minion out. New minion, baby. There we go. Nosferatu. Though understood to refer to vampires, the word Nosferatu has an uncertain origin. And the same may be said of this bat-like creature. However, from the fact that it appears to be wearing a tinner suit and won't drink your blood without permission, it is clearly a gentlemanly sort. Let me see this thing. Wait, stand still. Oh, that's really good. Oh, fellow Nosferatu havers, I see. Look at all these Nosferatus. As at the professor's behest, we have kept our reports of recent events as vague as we can manage. Even if we wish to do otherwise, not much of note has transpired here as late. Professor Claudian has tasked me with recording the ethereal signatures of each and every crystal in his recent orders. As a lowly assistant, I'm honored to be given such an enormous and monumental assignment. This guy, I keep forgetting his name, but he's Hecolathane. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting his name. He's Heki. He's Heki. This is him. It's him reborn. Welcome, Mana. I'm back from the past, none the worse for wear, I see. So what did you find? This is Heki, I'm telling you. It's Heki. I know that my theory that Heki is La Habrea and Heki is this guy cannot both be true, but nonetheless. Okay, wait, this guy has red eyes. Okay, this guy is Hecolo. Okay, it's him. He literally has red eyes. It's him. So there is evil afoot in Pandaemonium, an already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing warders. Truly we are fortunate to see you return to us in one piece. It appears the voice Mana heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As for who left it behind and why, those are yet questions to be answered. Indeed, it could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. This is La Brea's son. Yet ilm by ilm we shall unveil that mystery, with the help of Mana, of course. By her actions was the fabric of the past reshaped, yet she returns to the same present she left. Which can only mean one thing, that her intervention in Pandaemonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. Wow. There's no telling what consequences would arise if we stopped pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandaemonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth to the future? They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and their despair would leave an indelible mark upon history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beasts that arose during the final days. The first final days already had a drastic effect on the eons that followed. If the scars it left were made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely. Oh no! Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I've asked much of you already, but can I count on you to continue your work in Pandaemonium? Yeah. I want to keep watching your family drama with your dad, La Habrea Jr. Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there is aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say a word. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal into our keeping? While we cannot accompany you to the past, perhaps something can be gained by researching it further. You got it, La Habrea Jr. Ah, it shines just as splendidly as the days we met. We shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time, and as matters in Elpis seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. As our research moves into its critical stage, I found it only suitable to recruit another assistant. Oh, right, she's got the gear. My Linny is an expert in armaments and from throughout history, be they from the far-flung past or made in the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your adventures, bring it here, and she will be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras, and would give you goods in return that should aid you in the trials ahead. Furthermore, if you ever wish to peruse the records of events you have reported here, Nimgigi has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She's at your complete disposal. Thank you. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research. I can think of no greater honor nor reassurance than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there's anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you will be the first to know when we do. Hell yeah. Let's go Team La Habrea Jr. Well, hey everybody, that was Pandaemonium, part 1. That was Pandaemonium part 1. I knew we were gonna learn some more about La Habrea. I did not know I was gonna get thrown into a La Habrea family soap opera. I am really interested, really excited to see where it goes from here. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really liking that it's its own thing. Like, rather than like Eden being like going down memory lane of the previous primals we fought, and like Omega being just like all these cameos from other Final Fantasy games and all that, and Alexander and Bahamut being their own entities, recurring elements from Final Fantasy. But no, Pandemonium is its own thing so far. It does have a Dracula in it, but sometimes we could all use a little Dracula, right? Well, thank you. I'll see you. I mean, I'm still editing my Endwalker videos, so I'll probably see you when I upload my first Endwalker video. Go back in time a little bit. Okay, bye!